My name is Paul Breda, and I'm running for Board of Education in Wharton. I want to thank all the people who have looked at my 22-minute long video explaining pilots, agreements made with developers in Wharton for them to make payments in lieu of taxes, and looking at the implications of that for the taxpayer in Wharton and why that's pertinent to my candidacy for school board. I'm finding that many people won't watch a 22-minute video. I totally get it. I'm going to explain this, hopefully in 3 minutes and 30 seconds or less. State law allows municipalities to enter into agreements with developers to make payments in lieu of taxes. So instead of making tax payments, they come to a separate agreement, which may last as long as 30 years, to make other, meaning lesser, payments. The idea behind this is that it promotes desirable development in town where it might not otherwise take place. So let's say that a property is in need of redevelopment, but there's existing buildings or structures on it, it's unstable, or maybe there's toxic waste to be cleaned up. A pilot agreement would encourage the developer to develop that property because they're going to be paying less in taxes over as long as a 30-year period. In Wharton, there are 4 properties that are under pilot agreements. As I recall, all of them are 30-year agreements. The cumulative assessed improved value of those 4 properties is $58,843,400. That is the assessed value on which they would be paying taxes if they were paying taxes. If we apply those corresponding tax rates, these properties would be generating almost $1.161 million in revenue to our school districts. But pilot agreements allow the town to take 95% of those payments, share 5% with the county, and all those entities that would normally receive tax revenue per our tax bill, as indicated on our tax bill, no longer receive revenue from those properties. So what does that mean for Wharton? These properties are generating $0 towards the school systems. That creates a revenue gap that will be filled by somebody. This is how that revenue gap looks. It's $1.16 million in revenue that would go to the school districts if they were paying taxes. But you and I are filling that gap because the town won't share that 95% of the revenue they are collecting, even though it is lesser than the taxes would be. At a March 25th council meeting, the mayor invited the tax assessor and the town chief financial officer to explain how properties are assessed in town and how pilot agreements work. They did not explain the implications for you and me as taxpayers. If you were at that meeting, you know it became very contested between the mayor and I as I insisted that that be explained. And another member of the public asked, why are the schools not receiving any revenue from these agreements with the developers? And the mayor said, the schools have not asked. Subsequently, I drafted a resolution, a version of which the board approved. This is all in the public record. I'm only speaking as an individual board member, but I can speak to my involvement. And the board approved this resolution, which requests that the town share the pilot revenue as they would tax revenue. This would minimize or reduce that gap that taxpayers are having to fill to make up. The mayor and the council received the board's resolution, so now we know that the Board of Education has asked for this revenue. The board is not crazy. Other towns are sharing the revenue. This is East Hanover, the township of Hanover in Morris County. Hoboken School District, mayor's bragging about the arrangement that they've made to share payments in lieu of taxes with their schools. So, and there's still more questions to be answered. Not all of these properties are even paying anything, let alone taxes. They're not even making pilot payments. The amount that they're paying is far less, but you wouldn't know that because the town is not sharing it in their budget. So there's a lot more questions to be asked and answered about pilots in town. But what's especially ironic is the mayor is supporting two candidates who are challengers, who have never as much as been to a board meeting. And these two candidates are promising integrity and transparency, which is ironic because the mayor who is supporting them inappropriately is in no means transparent, accountable, or anything when it comes to payments being made in lieu of taxes by developers. So congratulations, you and I are filling the gap, and you should know it, and you should know that there are people fighting this. I am not, pilot agreements are not the reason I'm running for school board. I'm proud of the role that I've played in shaping the student, educator, and family experience in our schools, and I'm asking that you support me in continuing that. And I look for other opportunities to meet with you, talk with you. You can message me, you can call me. My cell number is 973-479-0689, and we can have more conversations, whether it be about pilot agreements or anything else going on in the schools. So look for me on the ballot. I'm asking for your vote. Paul Breda, it will say taxpayer's voice. And I appreciate you spending this time to listen.